Everybody has read about or heard about the almost teacher strike in Ontario, and now transit workers are on strike. Are we in for something big across Canada? Muneeza Sheikh is an employment lawyer with Levitt Sheikh, and she joins me right now because I want to put the question to you. Well, first of all, the workers are going to go back to bargaining in Ontario, the teachers. What's going to happen there?
There's no promises that are being made from either side other than we're going to go back to the table in good faith.
So there could be another strike.
There could be another. And CUPE has been very transparent about that and said, look, we're going to go back to the table. We're going to get these kids back to school. And ultimately, we're going to try to come to a deal. But for those who have been following the story from inception, the parties are pretty far apart in terms of what they're asking for wage
increase.
You're
an experienced person that is, a labor lawyer that is. What's going to happen?
My view is we could very well end up in a situation where either the union lawfully strikes this time because the government does not put forward the notwithstanding clause,
right.
Or the government gets the sense that the union is going to strike again, and then again we see the notwithstanding clause tabled, which is really going to make things seem a little bit like a joke, Stephen.
Or they could just say, well, we're going to throw the money around anyway because we're in so much debt, doesn't matter.
Well,
that's one solution.
Absolutely.
So, but again, looking at history, in your experience, now we have transit workers. There are moanings and groanings from unions across Canada. Are we in for a season of labor unrest? We've had COVID, and we've had a lot of people, not making more money. Is this going to be the harbinger of something that's going to spread across Canada and have problems?
Well, I will say in all of my years of practice, this is probably one of those periods where I've seen a lot of interest in the labor and union movement, more than I've ever seen before. And I think a lot of that has to do with what ended up happening here in Ontario and CUPE specifically. I think and we've had the Ontario Federation of Labor also speak up on behalf of the many unions that it represents, saying that, look, this is an attack on our basic freedoms. So I think we have unions all across the country, quite frankly, who have really perked up, and they're looking to now see, well, our employers, particularly those employers where if there is a strike, it's not the employers necessarily that are negatively affected, but like in this case, it's the parents and the students. Are they going to pull some sort of tactic like this, which is being called by the unions bad faith in so many ways?
But a lot of those cases, or a great number of those cases, are public sector. And, the public sector is paid by taxpayers' dollars. Public
sector doesn't have this concept of market discipline, right? I think that's the huge issue with private sector. We have market discipline issue, which says, if you ask too much from the employer, there's a risk that they run out of business. But when looking at public sector, because there's no market discipline, the people who are going to be negatively affected by a potential strike are not even at the bargaining table. That's what makes all of this so crazy.
That's a very, very good point. A lot of followers of this show are going to say, you know what? If you don't have this market discipline, maybe some public sector should go out of business.
Well, that would be scary, but yes.
Well, no, only parts of the government. Muneeza Sheikh, thank you very much. 3 minutes. Pierre Poilievre is a game changer. Our politics are changing. We need to look at all the issues and have an analysis of them. If you agree with that, press PayPal, because we need to stay on the air, and also subscribe. Help us stay on the air. Chief producer, he's going to be a father soon. We need the dough.